What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast, and here we see David Schwartz. Now, who is he talking about here? Is he talking about the SEC? Is he talking about Ripple? I don't know, but this is interesting. Look, he says a man whose phone battery is dying is capable of anything. When you surround an army, leave an outlet free. Do not press a desperate foe too hard. So is he talking about SEC being cornered with everything that's happening, or is it the other way around? I don't. I mean, I don't know because we see all these regulations coming. Maybe Ripple's being cornered. I don't know. So I thought was something interesting I should show you guys. Now, let's go into some current events because the cracks in the system are just showing themselves. Here, Fed reverse repo operations hit 1 trillion today, setting a new record. This is just getting higher and higher and higher each time it happens. And so it's just showing you that how much longer can this actually last? You know, if it makes you wonder. And I asked you guys, I remember in a video I did, I asked you guys, do you really think we can keep on going for 5 more years, 10 more years? We have the solution, which is digital assets. How much longer can we go? And we're seeing all these events transpire across the world that it just seems like everything's happening all at once. So I ask you, it's not a, a, a statement, it's just a question. How much longer do you think we can go? Now, with the supply chain, we know there's a breakdown in the supply chain. There are issues with it. And maybe we don't see it now currently at its full extent, but we definitely see signs of it. If you go to Starbucks, if you go to these different restaurants, you can see that there's shortages. Now, with this, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen something that says a ship split in two other than like the Titanic. So is this something where it's, telling us this ship is sinking and it's sinking fast? And regardless of, of this happening, it might seem insignificant and small to you. You might say, oh, it's just one ship, or it's just a little bit of oil. It has dire consequences. Now you have to go try to clean that up. It affects the oceans. So it's just one little thing added to everything that's happening around the world. And that's what you got to think about. And one thing you got to recognize. And boy, I tell you, the time is coming where, utility assets have to kick in at some point. Then I've talked about the line of credit. If all these commercial banks start cutting their line of credit and no one has access to that, well, who are they going to run to? Ripple has a line of credit and it utilizes its native token, XRP. So go figure. But before we get to that point, we're going to see more and more of the same of these supply chain breakdowns, economic uncertainties, etc., etc. And just to reiterate how important and how crypto is here for the long run, CoinDesk posted this: if the U.S. government thinks that it's going to raise $28 billion in taxes from the crypto industry in the next 10 years, this means crypto is here to stay. And there you go. That's just another nail in the sure place that will tell you that this space, this digital asset space, is not going anywhere. It's here to stay. And you're an early adopter, and those who thought it was a risk, little do they know that everything else is a risk. But this is literally transforming the financial system, and you're a part of it. And it's going to be something big. It's going to be huge. Now listen to Brooks Entwistle, and look what he has to say.
One of the things that someone told me early on was put yourself in the way of growth. No matter what you do in a career, put yourself in the way of growth, and everything else in some ways takes care of itself. And that's what we're doing here at Ripple in APAC. We're putting our teams and our technology in the way of exciting growth. One of the things that someone told me early on.
And there you have it. Put yourself in the way of growth. Okay, you might fail, and it happens, but you learn from those failures. You pick yourself up and you continue going. Don't give up. And this is why we're here. We're not giving up on our investment because we know what it is. Despite all the backlash, the hate, and whatever, we know what we own. We know what we have. And BitBoy apparently is starting to recognize that too. And he has over 1 million subscribers and he's getting the word out. And that's, that's what's going to happen when people realize about the potential of the digital token XRP. They're gonna be amazed, and you're in it early and before everything happens. So congrats to you. Hope this episode has brought you some value. Like and subscribe. Comment below. What are your thoughts? As always, I like hearing from you. This is the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.